Yeah, so when we think about aeration, there's a few ways to think about it. One is how the pile is built. First of all the microbes need air, just like we all do. We can get air in the pile through structure, and that is through the different materials we're using. And then we can also get air into the pile through mechanization, through shovels, through aerated static pipes, so PVC pipes with holes poked in them, or coming in with a bucket loader if you're lucky enough to have a big machine to do all that work for you. So getting air into the pile is part of our job as composters. When we think about all of the different materials that we've seen in some of the slides past, I like to try and invite you to think about a wheelbarrow and think about adding into the wheelbarrow all of the recipe ingredients that you're using in the proportions that you think are right. And then just think about the amount of airspace that is in that wheelbarrow. That's the airspace is what we're looking for when we build a pile structure. So very often when I build a pile, the very bottom of the pile, like small scale farm or backyard, I'm building in a crisscross of corn stalks and sunflower stalks and things that are gonna be able to have wet mass on top of them and still maintain some air. Some people like to get really techie and use the plastic pipes with holes poked in them because they're not going to crush no matter the mass. So it's a way to bring air in at the bottom of the pile, and then the heat inside of the pile is drawing that air up like convection. So the structure of your pile can make a really big difference, and that it doesn't matter if we're talking about a backyard system or all the way up to a large series of farm windrows. The way the pile is structured really matters. And then following that temperature to tell us when have the microbes used up all the air, then it's time for us to add air back into the pile. At school composting systems, we have kids do the work and it's great. They use shovels and wheelbarrows, and that brings air back into the pile, and then the temperature heats right back up again. And that'll continue happening. Every time you turn a pile, you should be able to put a thermometer in there and see the temperature rise again. If that temperature doesn't rise, either there's something else to troubleshoot, or perhaps your compost is finished, which you'll also have lots of other indicators like visual indicators showing you that your compost is finished. So adding air, do it from the structure built into the recipe. Use your thermometer to tell you when more air needs to be added to the pile, and then use some form of labor, whether it's your hands and a shovel or a bucket loader or a team of kids or aerated static pipe systems with air blowing into a pile to actually increase the airflow.